Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about the performances from our show week with Physical Theatre. I have to say, it has been a bit of a daunting experience, but nerve-wracking, weird, fast, very overwhelming. It's been a bit of an overwhelming experience. Everything has been going on with COVID and lockdown, and we've had a lot of change from doing so much online to now on stage, which I'm proud we did do on stage because that's what we wanted, and it made it better for us, and I think it was a way of making up for everything, for lost time. And I have to say, it was very fast, ongoing, so much to do in a fortnight, and it was exhausting, very tiring, but it was worth it to put on a good show. And I was proud to have got through that in a fortnight, because that proves that, well, I hope that shows I can do things quickly, because in past experiences I have had issues with showing that I was a bit slow because of a learning disability I suffer with, and it wasn't very quickly I'd learnt, but it has improved over the years, and I'm glad to have improved. And I'm happy with the feedback I was getting from Sonia, Jess and Catherine, that it was getting there, it was getting better, the show was looking good. I wouldn't say feedback was directed at me fully, I say it was directed at all of us, because we were putting our all into it, everything we got, to help make a good performance, which I am really happy about. So now, what's the next bit I was going to say? Yes. So from the start to finish of the performance, I have to say, it felt, out of all the rehearsals we did at college, the best so far was actual performance. Like, it felt more on time, the cues were better, everyone seemed to know what they was doing, even though we all did. But I'd say in a performance, everything happens naturally and everything comes together so nicely. But in a rehearsal, it feels like there's still a bit more to do, But and then in a performance, it's like it all changes automatically. I don't know how it works, I don't know how the magic happens, but it just does, which I believe is a great thing. Yeah. So, now, the fact we got through a show day, put on a great performance, even though we had only 2 audience members, which was Anna and Jane. Putting on the performance how the process of COVID-19 last year, and to this day obviously, there's social distancing, not seeing family, friends, loved ones, and constant hand washing and sanitizing, and just so much care for your own health and safety. And I think, by the looks of it, that inspired our audience members, considering the fact Jane cried, the fact so much happened in 1 year, plus the Black Lives Matter, helping make the world a better place for human rights, because it's not just white people that you should be respecting. It's all skin coloured people, black, white and brown, because no one should be treated differently just because of a skin colour. Because at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's just a colour, it's just skin colour. We're all human, we all learn, we've all got our rights in this world, and that's Black Lives Matter was partly to do with that, even though it was by the murder of George Floyd. And justice needs to happen for a march to stop the racism, because racism shouldn't happen. It should never have happened at the very start. So I'm pleased it did. And I think that was partly what to do with Made Jane cry, which I think is a good thing, because it shows we put a good work effort into it, put in movement and other materials into that part of the scene, showing the silent scream, the pain, the anger, what black people have gone through throughout their lives, through abuse, neglect, attacks, and the horrible name calling with racist names. And that was partly to show what black people were going through. And other things with like showing our calls for FaceTimes and the emotions in it, not seeing your loved ones, your friends, your family, and you're really, really missing them. And throughout that process of the show day, when we managed to get to the end, to me it felt like, oh my god, that was better than we did before. Why didn't that happen before? Why didn't we get the cues better before? Why didn't we get this and this and this right before? Because there were a few mistakes where we stood in the wrong places, but then again, mistakes happen in shows. I think it's perfectly natural. Oh, hiccups. And I think that's just something that happens in a show, and we just want the best for it. And it wasn't going to be the best show, far from it, but then again, there's no such thing as the best show, because I'm not about competition. I don't say, oh yeah, this is the best, that's the best, this person's better, that's better. No, there's no point comparing, because everyone's different, every show is different, so comparing shouldn't happen. I don't believe it should, never. So, and yeah, I'm just glad we got a good performance out of it. But I have to say, the scariest part for me in the show was when Kira and Ed were on the scaffolding and it looked it was about to tip. I was ready to run over and stop it, because I was worried Ed was about to get hurt, because it would have squashed him. And I hate to say it, it could have physically hurt him. We possibly would have had to get an ambulance out, because that scaffolding could have seriously injured him big time. And yeah, but I'm glad that didn't happen, and I'm glad everyone was safe. So that was the main worry for me in the performance. So I'm glad that nothing bad. Ed? Guys, I'm recording. I told you all that. Yeah, so I am glad. So I'm glad nothing bad happened in the performance, because I didn't want that to happen. So coming out of the performance, it was like, I feel like it could have been better, but then again, that wasn't our fault. It was nobody's fault apart from the COVID and the lockdown. That did screw us over. We didn't get to give the best performance possible, even though we did put our all into it. And at the same time, I'm proud we did do it in the end, and we got to the opportunity to do it, because that is better than nothing. We didn't get to go professionally for a couple of months, but then again, everywhere else didn't, because there are other colleges, universities that have had the same problems. So yeah, So I guess that's alright in a way. And coming out of that performance made me feel proud, because we showed the process throughout the year, everything start to finish. And I think everyone else did a good job. Everyone did a great job, I think. Everyone did. I feel like, I don't know about me, but I feel like I could have done better. I could have done a bit more, I don't know. I haven't been told that just yet, but then again, I'll just have to wait and find out until I get my feedback fully, which I know I will anyway. So, yeah. But, well, it was a great show, and I'm really proud.